Yeah, Stuck in the Middle podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Reflex. My co-host AK is out of town in Texas right now, living his best life. Shout out to AK, man. Shout out to the whole team in the building. Still got a special guest in the building, Chef Smith. But before that, though, want to welcome everybody who's checking Stuck in the Middle podcast out for the first time. Appreciate you if you're watching on YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button. And we are on social media platforms, SITM Podcast on all social media platforms. And send us an email, sitmpodcast237 at gmail.com if you want to, send guests, referrals, questions, concerns, all that good stuff. Again, a reminder, this episode is sponsored in partnership with Perfect Office Solution, providing affordable, professional, flexible, private office spaces starting at just $4.99. You can use promo code SITM Podcast if you want to get 10% off. Let them know we sent you. Again, that's Perfect Office Solution, providing affordable, professional, flexible office spaces. Now, before I introduce the guest, though, I want to do something special and shout out somebody on IG who, like, this is what Stuck in the Middle podcast is about. We changing lives, one life at a time. God's Mercy 23, that's her IG name. Now, she's a faithful follower of the podcast. She's been checking up on us, watching the episodes. And we've if you follow this podcast, we've been doing something different, going live with people on the far end on Instagram. And so we talked to Rita Olucci of Corporate Black Girl. She's helping black women land dream jobs, dream salaries, all that good stuff. And we were on with her live on Instagram a couple weeks ago. And Reme, I must have butchered that. I met you. She joined in live now. This is her testimony. She said she had never watched an IG live before. She hopped on our joint. We talked to Rita for like an hour. And she connected with Rita. And now she's, well on her way to landing some solid leads in her career path. So, shout out to Rita for, making that happen. And, we changing lives, man. And that's a dope thing. Now, I'm excited for this episode. We got Chef Kat in the building. She's here. She's a private chef, boutique caterer, founder of Just Call Me Chef and the Restaurant Association of Maryland's 2019 Star Industry Award Chef of the Year finalist.
Yeah.
Please welcome Chef Katina Smith, the Stuck in the Middle podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, thanks for coming through. I like the t-shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Rep your brand.
You know what I'm saying? All day, every day. Now, what's the story, for those who don't know Chef Kat? You're doing big things in Maryland, DMV, Baltimore area. What's the story from, college to the Air Force to leading this incredible culinary food industry in Baltimore?
I know, it's so funny. Let's see, where do we start? I guess right out of high school, went to culinary school, had a dream of being a chef, and life happens, things change. You switch gears. So while I was in culinary school, actually, I joined the military. I joined the Army, and then I made a quick switch to the Air Force while I was in. And then, while you're in the military, you kind of get things like security clearances and things of that nature. Yeah. So it's easy to just roll right into working for the government. So that's what I did for a little while. Then I realized my passion was cooking. So I was like, all right, I'm out. I need to get back in the kitchen where I belong. And so that's what I've been doing. And I never even realized I had an entrepreneurial spirit. And then something, I guess, just came along and said, hey, you need to start doing your own thing. I was working as a line cook. I'm like, okay, I'm going to start hosting my own events. So I start hosting my own events, and I actually got linked up with Chef JR of Kitchen Cray, and that's really what spun me on my own path to hosting my own events. And Baltimore has just been behind me all the way, so that's what's been propelling me to do so well.
When did you link up with Chef JR?
I think probably 2000, I want to say 14, 15. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's actually the one how I got Kat as my nickname because all my family calls me like Tina or Katina.
Yeah, Katina Smith.
Yeah, so when I met him, he's like, oh, what's your name? I was like, Katina. He's like, Katina? Yeah, we're going to call you Kat. And so I was like, okay, Chef Kat, I like that. So I just ran with it.
Has a t-shirt.
Yep, exactly.
What was the reaction of family and friends, like when you first told them, I want to be a chef?
Yeah, my family thought I was going to be the lawyer in the family. Hey. So when I said chef, they were like, what? We didn't see that coming at all, but they've been nothing but supportive.
So you previously, like you said, you were a line chef. Magliano, I think that's the name of it.
Magdalena. I'm no longer there. I'm at Alexander Brown, but I was there for a year. Yeah.
For a year. Mm-hmm. And so now you're 100%, like you said, an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you make that switch and say, I'm going full-time entrepreneur? If you full-time entrepreneur.
Real life, I got fired from Magdalena, and I said, okay, what am I gonna do? Let me rearrange some things because maybe I can do this on my own. That's been the dream to go on my own anyway. So I kind of just start putting some things together. I start promoting myself like super hard. Okay, I'm a personal chef. Book me, book me, book me. Let me put some events together. What can I do? So it was kind of, that's what I had to do. Just start hustling hard. Yeah.
What's the story behind, say like you already put it out there, what I'm saying? Behind that fire? Because I know like the chef, the culinary industry is cutthroat.
It is.
It's like a rock star industry.
It is. I knew it was coming just because.
What you do?
I think it was because I've just been doing so much and I've been getting so much, I guess, highlighted from different things. Like I even had the news come to the kitchen. I'm like, okay, this is not the Katina show and this is becoming the Katina show here. And it's not all about you. And I've just been so busy with things outside of work. So my focus wasn't in it at all. So I knew he could tell.
But being a line chef or working for somebody else or, saying with cooking, to be specific?
Working at a job for someone else, my mind was somewhere else on my own business, my own personal cooking, my own mentorship and things that I have going on. So when I be at work, I'm like, oh, I got to check my email. I got to do that. What are you doing on the phone? Like handling business? So they weren't happy with me doing that.
I hear that. And so now fast forward, we have this, like, I guess what a lot of people might recognize you from Just Call Me Chef.
Yes.
Baltimore Sun, so you touring, doing podcasts, speaking on it. What exactly is the mission of Just Call Me Chef and what is it about?
So Just Call Me Chef is about highlighting Black female chefs. As you know, or maybe don't know, but the culinary industry is predominantly white male. And so we are underrepresented in the field, and I want to show that we are out here and we're doing amazing things. So that's what it's all about. So not only highlighting Black female chefs, but also providing mentorship and internships. And I also want to work on being able to provide scholarships. So like right now, I had a couple of people say, hey, I would like to be a mentor. I'm like, all right, cool. Who needs a mentor? And so young chefs would reach out to me. Okay. And I'm like, okay, I can pair you with you and you and you. So far that's where we are with the mentoring program, but I'm going to get it more structured as we go along because I am a one-man show. So I'm trying to do everything on my own.
Yeah. Somebody, saying like here, Katina Smith, they go look you up. They might find like 10 of you online, fam. It's like a lot of pages that you manage. You had how, I don't want to say how do you do it, but where is this different venue so avenues that people can find you?
So I'm trying to do better on that because I think I have about like 4 Instagrams. So I'm gonna shut Culinary Socialite down and Taste Charm City, which was my podcast, down just so people can truly understand where my focus is because right now it's like, where are you? You're all over the place. I'm like, yeah, I am all over the place, and I don't think that's a good thing. I mean, it's all food related.
Yeah, facts.
But Just Call Me Chef is my baby, and I want it to thrive, so I need to put all my focus into that.
Speaking of Just Call Me Chef, though, you say you actually waited 3 years before you launched this, quote, waiting for the right opportunity.
Right.
What was that?
So it came into my mind just to do a calendar. I'm like, man, that would be dope. Like, how powerful would that be to have all Black women chefs on the calendar?
For those who don't know, like me, to be honest, what's a calendar?
So I should have brought one in here. I created a calendar, 14 months, and it's all Black female chefs, and they're all local to Baltimore. And so that's what kind of was the catalyst to Just Call Me Chef. I started about 2 years ago, but it was just problems with the photography and just so much red tape. And then I kind of just said, forget it. And then I put it back out there like, I still want to do this. And so a photographer reached out to me and said, I'll do it for you pro bono. I said, that's the green light right there.
Thanks.
Exactly. So once I got and he was gung ho too. So not only he was like, I'm just taking the pictures, and he's traveling to where these ladies live to take the pictures and helping me with all the back office stuff to it all. So I said, oh yeah, this is definitely the time for it. And I just reached out to my blogger friends like, hey, can you help me promo? And it just took off.
Man, with all that, what I'm saying, and people just coming around, and we've been saying, just call me chef, just call me chef. What was the idea behind the name? What I'm saying, like with this brand that you had in the lunch and the calendar and everything.
So Just Call Me Chef is the fact that we're always like not segregated but differentiated. Oh, a black female chef did this, or a black, like, why do you have to say that I'm just a chef? Why do you have to break it down that I'm a black, or that I'm black, or that I'm a woman? I'm just a chef, so just call me chef.
Straight up.
Straight up.
I didn't know. I mean, I guess my mind is like the culinary industry is like a plain even field. And like speaking to you and speaking to you one of many chefs that have come to this podcast. It's really not. Speak more
No.
about that.
Like as history states it, in Escoffier's kitchen, it's broken down like a brigade. Always white male, executive chef, sous chef, executive sous chef. Then you have like your junior sous, and it always has worked like that. And there was never women allowed in the kitchen, and if we were, it was the home kitchen. And of course, even not just in the culinary field, but just fields across the board, that black women, I guess, are at the bottom. So I'm just fighting my good fight for my industry, but it's across all industries, for black women. But yeah, we are looked to stay in a specific role. They don't want to see us grow or outrank them in the kitchen, so they keep us at a certain level. So that's the battle that I'm fighting is, how come you're not teaching us to grow? Because we still need that tutelage from, so even in my old restaurant, I'm like, man, I see him showing this guy something. How come you're not showing me? So I'm having to teach myself. I'm up to my own devices to teach myself instead of being able, afforded those same opportunities as the white guys. So yeah, that's the challenges that we face.
And I would say you're doing a dope job at it. You know what I'm saying? Like with, breaking the glass ceiling, the Renaissance with Just Call Me Chef. With everything that you got going, like I said, touring, doing, saying stuff with it, Baltimore Sun and different write-ups.
So let me touch on that when you say touring, because people probably like, what do you mean touring?
I'm just,
So touring, Just Call Me Chef. I want this to be a national thing. I want it to be worldwide, but I need to like reel it in and start. I started in Baltimore, so I'm like, okay, I want it to be national. So I picked 4 major cities to bring Just Call Me Chef to bring awareness to it. So we did Baltimore first. It's like a 3-day. So we did like a passport that has all black women restaurants in it. So either they're the owner or the executive chef of that restaurant. So you would go to it, you get like a sticker if you patronize there. They would have some sort of promotion for you if you were a Just Call Me Chef member. And then the next day we would meet up for lunch or dinner. For this one, we met for brunch at T-Volve, which is black women owned. And then the next day we had a panel where we discussed opening your own brick and mortar. So it'll be like that in each city, but it'll be a different theme. So next up we have Philly in May, and then we have Chicago in July, and October is Atlanta. It's all thought out. So the one in Philly is during the Taste of Philly week. The one in Chicago is Taste of Chicago week, and the one in Atlanta is during Pride week. So we can touch on the LBGT issues in the kitchen.
Solid. How are you, drawing and attracting investors to Just Call Me Chef? Like you got the photographer doing the pro bono, and you want to be a worldwide household name. How are you attracting investors to keep this brand going and growing?
I know. I need to figure out what the winning formula is, because we're just we're just scratching the surfaces. So I'm guessing people are realizing there is an issue in the kitchen, that we're tired of the same old good old boys club, and these black women are doing amazing things, and they want their name in lights as they deserve. So I guess they see someone that's actually trying to break those barriers, and they want to help support me.
How was the? I'm interested to know this. How was the Baltimore culinary industry before Just Call Me Chef? Before you say you popped off, and how have you and your brand changed it since inception?
I think Baltimore as a whole is changing. It's becoming more of a foodie city, but like I said, it's kind of cliquish. So all the food groups or head chefs, they kind of all know each other and kind of help each other out, and we're trying to break in. But I think I definitely have created some sort of camaraderie amongst the black chefs in the city. I started a chef meetup about 2 years ago. So monthly, just chefs, we would just literally just meet up and kick it together and see how we can help each other. So we created a group chat, and we're like putting in catering jobs in there. Hey, we need help. Can you come help me? Like, we're a team now. So definitely have built like camaraderie again amongst the chefs in Baltimore.
No, that's solid. That's solid. I mean, like there's some people that might hear that and say, of course you got the cliquishness, with the whites and the in the favoritism and racism, whatever you want to call it. But then when Just Call Me Chef, it's a sisterhood,
right?
And so some might argue that why not include some brother chefs as well, male chefs who might be struggling and going through the same things. What was your motivation behind making it just exclusively a sisterhood?
Sister, because that's my group of people and that's who I identify with. And I've even had run-ins with black male chefs, and I've even had some flack from, I'm like, wow, really? Am I getting flack from my brothers? I need your support. And yeah, so it wouldn't be the first time that I've gotten flack. Different white chefs have called me, how come you're just doing? I'm like, because there are already platforms for you. So why do you need another one? And if we were included, we wouldn't have to create our own. Across the board in the industry. Why do you have black engineers? Why do you have black? Because we need our own, because you don't include us.
Facts.
So.
Man, it's crazy.
True,
man.
right?
Because like in the music industry, you know what I mean? It's I don't want to say different, but I would never have thought, like in culinary industry, it would be like such a rock star thing.
Yeah, becoming a chef definitely is a whole rock star thing now. Oh, chef so and so's coming, so and so. So yeah, but I'm not in it for the fame. Like, I'm definitely in it to help us rise where we're trying to get executive chef level instead of us always being at line cook level. How do we break that barrier? And we just got to make some noise. We got to band together. So
man, that's Thuggin' Riddle right there, breaking barriers, yo. I like it. I dig it. On a more personal note, though, what excites Katina Smith about cooking? About a meal. I made some bomb breakfast.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, shit, I'm about to took pictures.
I know it smells good in here.
Thank you. You heard it from Chef Katina. But what excites you about cooking?
I guess just making people happy. Whenever I cook and people are eating my food and I see them smiling, I see an empty plate, that brings joy to me. I love just being around food. I could walk around the farmer's market just looking at food, touching it, smelling it. It just makes me happy. So I knew this was what I was meant to do. I'm like, okay, I went off to get this master's degree in this, and it's like, okay, I belong in the kitchen. So I just love it.
You ever had somebody not enjoy your food? And what would your reaction be, both at home, assuming you got a partner or kids, and in the professional setting?
My kids, definitely. My daughter is open to trying my food. My son, not so much. Like, what is that? I just want chicken or whatever. I'm like, listen, you're gonna get what I give you. But I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure I probably had some run-ins where someone didn't like my food. But it's just like, hey, you can't please everyone.
Facts. And
I kind of cook how I like to eat. So I think every chef is like that. It's kind of them on a plate, their personality on a plate. I like comfort foods. I like Thai influenced food. So that's usually what you're going to get from me.
What's more important? I'm just curious. Presentation or taste?
Definitely taste. I want something that tastes good. It's not that pretty, and something pretty and it doesn't taste that good. Just like the ongoing battle between, would you go to a place that has good food but bad service?
That was my next question. What's your answer to that? I would go to a Waffle House in Atlanta because they say
food.
The worse the place is, the better it tastes. I don't know if that's
right.
True.
I definitely would. If the food wasn't that good but the customer service was great, I would go. If the food was great but the customer service sucked, I think I would skip it. To be truly honest, I want to be treated good while I'm there.
Enjoy yourself.
Right. Or if the food's good, I'll just get something to go.
So just going back, like again in a more personal way, where do you see a woman's place in the kitchen growing up and both right now?
I think we definitely can run kitchens. We're capable. That's what's happening with Black women. Since we can't rise in other people's kitchens, we're creating our own. Black women are like the number one rising entrepreneurs, starting their own businesses.
Yep.
in the world. So that's what's happening. Same thing in the culinary industry. We are not being able to get that executive position or managerial position. So we're opening our own restaurants. We're starting our own food businesses. So
I like it, man. And, you know, so like black women are thriving, and it's a dope thing to
yeah.
see. Like, just even though you're stuck in the podcast, you know, it's just speaking to entrepreneurs day in day out. You know, females just doing awesome and crazy things. It's just marvelous.
And that's why, because they won't let us grow. They won't let us thrive. So they're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do it on my own.
And just go do it.
Right.
But you said the chef word is, you know, becoming diluted. What exactly do you mean by that?
I don't remember saying diluted, but
You said it on,
I'm saying I believe that all of a sudden, out of the woodwork, everybody's chef, so and so. I'm like,
oversaturated.
Right? Yeah. I'm like, when did you become a chef? Just overnight in your house. So no shade on those kind of people because they are thriving, they're doing well. But there is a level of respect that you have to have for people that either went to culinary school, work in a restaurant, busting their ass. But yeah, it's a lot of that going on. Just people throwing the title chef in front of their names and they didn't even really earn it. Not that you have to be doing it a long time to earn it, because chef from Kith and Kin just said that doesn't mean you have to you don't have to be that old or put in work or blood, sweat, and tears to be top of your game. Like, I've been in the culinary industry professionally maybe 7 years. Like I said, I had stepped out and worked for the government. But look at me now. Like, I went from government job to working a line cook job for 1 year. Next, jump into sous chef. Next, jump into executive chef in a matter of 3 to 4 years. And that's just because I'm so passionate about it.
Okay. I was just gonna ask, how do you stay true to yourself?
You kind of just have to know what you want from this industry. Some people just want to put their head down, clock in, cook, and get out. Some people want to be leaders. Some people want Michelin star, fancy restaurants. Some people just say, I want a cool little soul food spot. Me, I don't want a restaurant in particularly. I want to have like some sort of culinary hub. So like, just call me chef. I can imagine like in lights, like just call me chef headquarters, and like it's a rentable commercial kitchen space for chefs or small catering businesses, maybe like a little small cafe, something like that. But just the stress of a restaurant has never been on my list.
Man, you got this thing mapped out. But you also got a podcast. I'm sure you talk more about this stuff on.
Yeah, so
sad to say you shutting it down. You shut the podcast or just the IG down?
I don't know. I think it was being well received, but I just didn't have the time. I just don't have the time. But we were just talking about like cool food places in Baltimore to eat, chefs, things of that nature. So it was really good. I think it was really necessary because we don't have anything like that in Baltimore. We do have food podcasts, but they're not like focused on where to go eat. And people did look to me like, Kat, I went to this place because I saw it on your podcast or on your page. So I just don't have the time. I'm one person.
You got a lot going on, fam. What's a day like in Chef Kat's world?
I know. First, it starts with me checking my email and seeing what's going on. Like in the last couple of days, I just had an interview with CBS. So I'll be on CBS on Thursday. So that's pretty cool. And that's national news. Then I got an email about Food Network. Just people needing a chef, catering, couple of things. People are already trying to hire me like next year. So my calendar's filling up fast.
Hey, appreciate you coming to Stuck in Middle podcast, man, kicking it with us, you know what I'm saying? Putting us in that schedule.
Yes,
that also says
absolutely.
we're big time because you come through. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I love I love podcasts. Like driving to work, I'm listening to podcasts. I'm like, okay, I haven't had time to listen to this podcast yet, but I'm like, okay, my friend put me on, so I'm gonna listen. I'm like, okay, Black, of course, I'm with that. So I'm just excited to be a part of it, and especially because you guys have a YouTube channel, so that's really cool. So I'm gonna check that out.
Hey, listen, first thing she walked in when she said is, you know, she's been in a lot of spaces. We got the dopest.
Yes,
yeah, I'm like, tooting our horn.
Right. It's official.
If somebody go through your IG and scroll a little bit down, they're gonna see a very gruesome picture. How did you burn yourself?
So I was filling up a pot with hot water from like the coffee machine. So you already know that's like 200 plus degrees. And it spilled on me. And I had on my chef coat. You should have saw me doing the dance to get out of that coat because it was just sizzling on my skin.
Man.
And I'm like, oh my God. If it would have fell anywhere else on me, that would have been really bad. But it caught my elbow. And yeah, at first I was like, oh, I'm good. I was just red. And each day it just start changing. And I was like, oh, this is a bad one.
Man, you got the
But
same.
I'm like, I got the scars everywhere to prove it. Like
You
being
got
in the
battle
kitchen
scars.
it's not glamorous. It's not. So when
Yeah,
people,
right.
oh, I'm a chef, I'm like, are you really a chef? Because it's not fun. It's long hours. It's hot. It's tiresome, and it's pretty much our reputation on a plate. So you're just striving for perfection. So when you're in the kitchen, like, oh, it's, you know, you're kind of meticulous about it because like you send out some bad food, people would destroy you on social media quick. And I'm like, dang, I just had one bad day and now I'm destroyed. So those people taking pictures of food when you go to restaurants, be kind. Like tell the truth, but be kind and just really, hey, it might have been an off day. You don't have to ruin my whole culinary career because I just had one off day. So
Yeah, it was one piece of food that destroyed the whole fire festival. One picture of food.
I'm just like, dang, I did have an off day. I'm sorry. Can I comp you something? Like,
know what I
okay,
mean?
don't destroy me.
Hey, listen, you got something in common with my mom. Two things. She got your same complexion, and she's been burned terribly in the kitchen too. She loves cooking, so
It's dangerous.
yeah, man.
Moving too fast. Yeah.
At 33, you know what I'm saying? Not to put your age out there, but you know what I'm saying? At your age right now, did you think you would be where you are right now? Chef Cat. Everything that you got going.
Not at all. I thought I was gonna be like a GS13 sitting in my office. Not at all. I mean, I knew I wanted to be a chef, but once I had that switch, that's where I thought my path was leading to. And I don't even know what happened, but I've just been starting to have the need to connect with the community more. So I've been doing a lot of community service, especially shout out to the Food Project, who is it's an inner city program that helps kids in the 21223 zip code, which is the poorest in Baltimore City, teaching them about eating healthy, actually showing them. So they have guest chefs from all over that come in and show the kids. We have Farmer Nels teaching them about farming. So it's pretty amazing.
That's super dope, man. That's super dope. We had Nick the nutritionist, I think, talk about food.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
talk about food deserts.
That's
We
the
had
homie.
what other chef we had come through this joint? She's that's a lot of chefs that don't come through that I've seen. You know, what I'm saying your network.
I'm about to say I probably know him.
Yeah, you do. Black Girls Ink Cook or something like that.
Nicole.
Nicole, Chef Nicole came
yeah.
through here. Yeah. A lot of dope chefs come through.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What pathway advice though do you have for young, females of color looking to get into chef world or just culinary or just in general?
See, that's a good thing too about just call me chef. Like representation is so important. When I was growing up, I don't remember even really seeing a black woman chef like in a power role. So young girls coming up and when they see me or Nicole or Neek, all of us, it really truly inspires them. And so that's what I would say to young ones coming up. Find your mentor, let them take you under their wing and show you the ropes. I wish I would have had that. I would have went a different route completely. So yeah, just find your mentor, realize that it's going to be hard, that we got to work twice as hard. But don't let anyone burn your passion out. Like I've seen people like burned out, like I can't take this anymore. Like don't let that happen. Like I'm so happy just thinking about food. I've had chefs where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna quit, but I'm like, I'm gonna quit you, but I'm not gonna quit this business. So yeah, just find you a mentor, study, take your craft seriously. When you go to work, they should always, when you leave the kitchen, like, man, we knew so-and-so was here because it's so neat, it's so clean, it's so whatever. Like, that's why I always tell all the people under me, like, be excellent in all you do. Yeah.
Facts, man. As you build your brand, Chef Cat, how do you stand out personally and make your way through this chaos of a culinary industry, rockstar industry? How are you making your personal brand and standing out?
I think being focused. So that's why I want to shut those things down where people don't really know what I do. So they're not really plugging into me because they're not really sure. So I think that's where I need to start working is truly focusing on Just Call Me Chef and putting 100% in. And just connecting with the right people. So far, I've been connecting with the right people, and it's just funny how easy it can be to connect with people. It's easy to slide in a DM, like, hello, hi, how are
You know what
you?
I
Can
mean?
we link? They're like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh, bet. And just leveraging other people's networks. I was telling people like be respectful when you reach out to someone and have a plan kind of already in place. So when I do reach out to these people, I have a plan in place. Hey, like, hey, I think we should do this together. This how it could go. Boom, boom, boom. What do you think? Does it align with your mission? And yeah, and like I'm a shy person, so I'm working on like public speaking and things of that nature because people do see me like when I don't have this hair on and I have my little short blonde hair, so people can identify me as that. Someone's like, you need a signature look. I think I posted it the other day, like you getting whatever Katina I give you, but I'm like, I think that is key to have like a look where people can identify. That's Kat. I know that's Kat. Like people are like, oh, I didn't even know you were here. I didn't know that was you. So a signature look, just being focused, and connecting with the right people, creating those relationships that make sense.
Where is Just Call Me Chef and personally Chef Cat in 2 years?
In 2 years, I think I will have my building. In 2 years, I think I possibly might have a show on Food Network.
Man, we watching Chef Cat, yo.
Those are hopes and dreams.
We watching Chef Cat.
But no, I'm working on a docu-series, and hopefully that will also take me far. I'm just gonna keep pushing with this whole mission, really working with the youth, mentoring young chefs, and just seeing where it takes me. Hopefully, like I can get the backing of like big companies to support me, to push me, because I think in this industry, that's kind of what you need to be like validated. So people are just like, who's this chef guy? This chef from Baltimore? Like, who cares? Like, but once like maybe Food Network, or I'm like Under Armour, what's good, y'all? Like, just back me, sponsor me, and then people I think will start taking me more seriously.
Yeah, people don't take you serious till others take you serious.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? As we round up, this is a staple question we always ask our guests. What is success to you, knowing that success is relative?
I always ask people that because success to me means doing what you love. I think that's really it. Doing what you love. I think I'm successful because I do what I love. I'm not successful because I make a lot of money, because line cooks don't make a lot of money. If you're in this business to make a lot of money, this is the wrong business for you. I get to wake up and do what I love every day, and yeah.
I love it. Now we have come to a part of this podcast, Chef Cat, where I like to call rapid fire questions. I don't know if you're ready for this.
Okay, I'm ready.
I got 6 questions for you.
Okay.
You can answer with one word, or you can choose to use a few other words to explain why.
Okay.
All right. Place you like to eat. Let me start it over. Place you eat at most often. All right. AK wrote this question, so I'm gonna keep and go down. Favorite ingredient to work with?
Oh, what was the first one? My favorite restaurant?
Yeah, you place you eat at.
All right,
Clavel. Favorite ingredient to work with?
Coconut milk.
If you weren't cooking, what would you be doing for a living?
Oh my God. Photography.
Most exotic vacation destination you've been to?
Exotic. Hawaii.
A person or persons you would most like to cook for?
Oprah.
Ah, shoot. Okay. What shift is better? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Which shift is better?
Yes, as a chef. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
I'm gonna say breakfast because I've only truly worked breakfast and lunch.
All right. Listen, we've had a pleasure of speaking with Chef Katina Smith.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome things in Baltimore. Just call me Chef. Get plugged in. Go to one of those tours if you're in those cities, Chicago, Atlanta.
Yes, please follow me on social media. At Naturally Chef Cat is my personal. At justcallmechef.co is the Just Call Me Chef page. www.justcallmechef.co is the website. Please check it out. Support, follow, tell a friend.
And tell an ex. Exes always, need to know what you doing, how you shining.
Tell them, yeah.
Like,
Make sure you go on the Maryland Restaurant Association page and vote for me for best chef in Maryland, please.
Yes. Do that. She is the finalist and she needs to win. Chef Cat in the building. Appreciate y'all checking us out. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. Follow us on all social media platforms. It's SITM Podcast. We'd love to hear your emails and read all that good stuff y'all been sending. SITM Podcast 237@gmail.com. Chef Cat in the building. Achiri in the building. Maya in the building. Chef Cat's son in the building. Appreciate the time.
That's my daughter.
Oh, daughter. I'm sorry.
Oh, and if you need a personal chef, hit me up as well.
You already know what it is. Hey, thank you so much for pulling up.
Thank you so much.
This has been fun. Stuck in the podcast, and I'm out.